Om. Om.
ॐ शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
Read verse 24, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 13, verse 24.
ध्यानेनात्मनि पश्यन्ति केचिदात्मानमात्मना अन्ये सांख्येन योगेन कर्मयोगेन चापरे।
The means by which this Neya Brahma can be directly known. We can be aware of the Chit Sarupa Atma Brahma as like this in its real nature. First was dhyana, mind totally withdrawn from the Bahya Vishayas and made antarmukha. Literally, what you figuratively we can say, face to face with Atma. Now, face to face with Atma means what? Like you face your face in the mirror. Just a reflection. Means that antakarna is made so pure that the replica of Chaitanya Sarupa Atma gets reflected in there. Not replica, reflection is there. Exactly there. This needs a lot of preparation in terms of the mind getting tuned to the Sarupa of Atma. All may not be able to do that. Uttam Adhikari is the best, highly qualified. Students can do that. Student means the mumukshus can do that. Those who are not able to do that, one step less. Sankhya. Sankhya is dwelling on the Sakshi, the illuminator, the entity Chaitanya which makes us know all the pratyayas in the mind. So what is here? The pratyayas are there at the backdrop, which are not the nature of the Atma. Yet, this practice in course of time helps us to make the mind totally focused on Chaitanya, free from pratyaya. means you get led to, or you are led to the Dhyana Yoga only. But this is earlier preparatory means. Those who are not able to take to this also, the second one is Madhyamadikari. Now, Adhamadikari, those who are not able to do this also, they have to first purify their mind. Shuddhanta Karna. And for Shuddhanta Karna, karma is the only means with the Karma Yoga at it. So therefore, Karma Yogena Chapari. Others with the means of Karma Yoga. That doesn't mean Karma Yoga directly gives knowledge. No. Karma Yoga prepares the mind in terms of Shuddhanta Karna, Vairagya, etc. Then depending on that preparedness, either he takes to Sankhya, or if he is totally eligible, takes to Dhyana. So karma in this way indirectly serves as the means to gain Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. Karma directly cannot, because karma is the effect of ignorance. For karma, you have to take the body as I. And the first casualty of Vedanta is I notion in the body, ahankara. But in this way, by purifying the mind, it helps to gain the knowledge. So we have seen this, the Bhasya of two, this Dhyana and Sankhya we have seen. Now Karma Yoga, read that portion, Karma Yogena, Karma Eva Yogaha.
कर्म योगेन कर्म एव योगः ईश्वरार्पण बुद्ध्या अनुष्ठीयमानं घटन रूपं योगार्थत्वात् योग उच्यते गुणतः तेन सत्वशुद्धि ज्ञानोत्पत्ति द्वारेण च अपरे.
Karma Yogena is from the verse. Now here, Bhashyakara says, Karma eva yoga. Karma itself is yoga. Actually, it cannot be so. But secondarily said, that is, what is yoga here? Chitta ekagram. Ekagrata of the chitta in the dheya. In other words, the word that we are familiar with is samadhi. Yoga is samadhi. Absorption of the mind in the dheya. And here it is Atma Brahma Swarupa Chaitanya in its true nature. So that is Karma Yoga Eva Yoga. The question comes, how can karma be yoga? Karma cannot enable the mind to get absorbed in the dheya like that. That is explained how the karma to be taken to Ishvara Arpana Buddhya. You have seen in the second chapter Karma Yoga in detail. Ishvara Arpana Buddhya. The karma taken as an offering, as a worship to Ishvara, in the sense, while doing the karma, the phala is not the criterion. The person is not bothered about the phala. Not that he discards it, but he is indifferent about that. What you call as do and deny. It is in your hand. You are not bothered about the karma. Why so? Because the natural tendency is to have fulfilled the desires for which we find out the means karma. Then I do it. I am the recipient of the phala. I will get this result. I will enjoy it. In all these, our identification with the body gets more and more strengthened. But this karma, again here karma means there are duties. Duties as per the Varna Ashrama Dharma. It can be taken otherwise also in the modern context. But discharging the duties, as this is my duty, I have done what needs to be done. Whatever the result, it is left to Ishvara. He is the karma phal data. I am not bothered about that. What about your sustenance, etc.? Ishvara will take care of it. Because karma yoga presupposes bhakti. Ishvara is capable of taking care of me. That is left to him. Why should I interfere in his affairs? Let me do what I have to do. I have done my duty. That's full stop. Thereby what happens? Mind gets relieved from this repeated erroneous identification with the body. Because karma yoga is the most wrongly understood thing. As well as the word nishkama. Nishkama doesn't mean that he doesn't want, etc. It is not the criteria. He is indifferent about it. And he knows Ishvara's law. Having done the karma fala is bound to come. Why should I bother about that? Let me mind for higher pursuit. So, except a jnani, no one can ever escape karma phalas, good or bad, whether you want it or you don't want it. You are wanting and you are not wanting is not going to be the determining factor. Whether you have got jnana or not, that determines. If you have got jnana, there is no ahankara to whom the karma phalas can be attached. They become null and void. Like what they say, no? Medicine whose expiry date is over, they can't buy. But no knowledge, they will continue even up to kalpas and kalpas, depending on the situation. No one can escape that. So karma yogi is so confident about this. He has got full trust in Ishvara. He has got bhakti for Ishvara. He will take care of me. So he is only concerned to do it. Thereby what happens? That ahankara doesn't get strengthened. And his mind becomes slowly pure and more pure in sense, calm, having developed more and more vairagya. So this way, Ishvara arpana buddhya anushtiyamanam karma, which is being performed with the attitude of as an offering to Ishvara. Ghatana rupam, which is the form of efforts, exertion. The ghatana rupam in the form of effort or exertion. Why this effort, exertion? Yogarthatva, to gain the capacity to abide in the dheya. It's called chitta ekagrya or samadhi. So therefore, because it meant for the gaining the samadhi state capacity, that is called yoga. Therefore, yoga uchyate. Karma yoga is said yoga, not directly, but how? Gunataha. Gunataha means gauna ritya, the secondary way, the in the secondary sense. Karma yoga gives chitta shuddhi. Chitta shuddhi enables the yoga. Tena, by that, karma yogina, sattva shuddhi jnana utpatti dvarena. The secondary way, or secondary sense is explained. Karma yoga produces sattva shuddhi. Sattva means antakarna. Antakarna shuddhi. And by antakarna, shuddha antakarna, jnanotpatti takes place. Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasana fructifies in terms of Paroksha Dhyana, Brahma Sakshatkara, Atma Sakshatkara. And through that means, what they Pashyanti, Atmanam, Brahma Prashyanti. Cha apare, others, who are they? Adhama adhikaris. So in this way, the main three means are given to gain the knowledge of Allah. But now, there are some who cannot take even these three. Even this is not the, even Karma Yoga they can't take. The least one. Number 3, they can't even take to Karma Yoga. They don't know all these things at all. What about them? Bhagavan has got, Parmeshwara has got a method for them, a means for them. Shastra is kind towards them also. It gives them a sure means, but in a different way. How? Let us say. Annetu iti. Annetu iti, that is what this 25th verse begins with. Read Annetu.
अन्येत्
Read
अन्येत्वेवमजानन्तः श्रुत्वान्येभ्य उपासते तेऽपि चातितरन्त्येव मृत्युं श्रुतिपरायणाः
Annetu evam ajanantah अन्येभ्यः श्रुत्वा उपासते श्रुति परायणाः ते अपि मृत्युं च अतितरन्ति एव. अन्येतु, what is anya? Other than the earlier 3 varieties, who cannot take advantage of Sankhya, no, Dhyana or Sankhya or Karma Yoga. The 4th variety. Evam ajanantaha, being not able to gain the knowledge by any of these 3 means. Their disposition like that. Even Karma Yoga doesn't fit in their capacity. If ajananta, what they do? Annebhya shrutva upasati. But they have got Shraddha. Shraddha in the Jnanis. Shraddha in the Shastras. Though themselves are incapable of taking to the Shastra. So, Annebhya, Shrutva, Annebhya. Annebhya Shrutva. Having learned some means by others. What is Annebhya? These others are not any others. Themselves Jnanis. They know Shastra thoroughly. And at the same time, they are aware of the disposition of this mukshu, who is not able to take even to Karma Yoga. So what is it? Depending on his disposition, they give him some means. You do this. What is that? Look here, don't bother anything about it. You simply take to japa of Aham Brahmasmi. Constant, continuous, only prayer among. Don't bother about Atma, don't bother about Brahma, don't bother about the moksha, nothing. Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham. Sample, okay? This one sample. Aham Brahmasmi. And say, look, mantras are many. Kotayaha. But all those mantras are Janma Pradata. They give rebirth. Aham Brahmasmi is the Janma Hara. It destroys the Janma. He doesn't know what Brahma is. He doesn't know what moksha is. But he does this. In course of time, his mind gets prepared. And he is able to gain the knowledge. Left to himself, he doesn't know anything. Not only he doesn't know anything, even if told, he can't know it. I just saw some video clipping. That is not the interviews. One person, a famous person in a certain circle, but less here. In filmy dunya, a very well-known person. He was encountering other great yogi, highly intelligent, also highly advanced in his yogic techniques, etc. Mastering that, not advanced, mastering. So, and he was blurting his own nonsense. And that person told it, I can't hear it. They changed the mic. Second one is there. Again, then the yogi said, even if the interview, open interview, even if he listens, he will not understand it. Slap on the face was there. And he behaved like that one. He didn't allow him to talk. The interviewer said, please wait, I will give you the opportunity to talk. No. So anyway, take it. So like that. Even if taught, he can't understand this. Such a person. So that for the one who is a master in that. So don't look here, you do this much. Everything will be taken care of. And he has got Shraddha. And he does it. And in course of time, not overnight, okay? It can be with births also. It works. So, upasya. But one thing, that annebhya upasya, that annebhya is a competent person, not Tom, Dick, Harry. Otherwise, andhenaiva niyamanaha yathandaha. That andhe person is a blind, he doesn't know what it is. He tells something else to him and he does it both khadde mein, in the ditch. No. He is a highly qualified, competent person. He is a jnani, he is a brahmanishta. He has got mastery of the shastras. And depending on his disposition, he gives means. So that they upasate, they take. So that was what happens. While doing, that person doesn't know why it is done, etc. But he faithfully does that. Upasate, that is, they take to that meditation, or that is whatever that is asked them to do it. He says, Shruti Parayanaha. These people who is Shruti Parayana. What is Shruti Parayana? Here Shruti is not Veda. The Shruti is what is heard. Here also is called Shruti. What is heard? Heard what? From that competent master, whatever sadhana he has given, he has heard Parayana. For him, that itself is a pramana. For him, that itself is a shastra. He doesn't bother about the actual shastra. He has got full shraddha in that, the competent person. And what advice, what upadesha he has given, that itself is a pramana for him, shastra for him, and he has got full shraddha in that, and he does. Even such persons, Shruti Parana, te api, even they. What does that even means? If such persons can gain the knowledge, what to speak of earlier 3 persons? Surely they will get it. When even this person, what they say, mrutyum te api mrutyum cha atitaranti eva. Mrutyum. Mrutyu stands for mrutyu rupa samsara. Samsara characterized by mrutyu, because samsara is full of calamitous sorrows. But the height of it is in the depth. So it's called mrutyu rupa samsara. The marana, death, is characterized as samsara. Yes, it is a. People don't know this. Of course, to some extent, you can know how that means dying person suffers, etc. But what you see that, but even afterwards, If anyone is interested in knowing what exactly death, etc., how it happens, etc., please go to our website, Rubu Vasishta, RUBHUVASISHEHA at wordpress.com. On that, few articles written by me are there. In that you see on the wings of death. On the wings of death, there many good information about the death is there, and also rebirth, etc. Even suicide and euthanasia, even what is that? Abortion, eating egg, etc. The consequences of all these are there. You can read it. On the wings of death. I wanted to write on death. What title to be given? I was fascinated by a biography of our late President Abdul Kalam, On the Wings of Fire. That book was very popular. How much fire he had on the wings of fire, on the wings of death. It's a very informative article. Everyone is supposed to know about it. Because see, death means scary. Everyone is afraid of that. You should know. See, anything is a problematic, first face it. To face, you should know the enemy. So what exactly it is? You should know. There is nothing scary as such. Because we don't know what life is. We don't know what is the goal of life, etc. We are just meandering in the wrong things, etc. And therefore what happens? Oh, death is something, this thing what? Very thing. But one thing, painful, nobody can escape it. The painful is a painful thing as death. See, any problem, the policy must be to know and face it. If you try to run away, that problem will get magnified and totally persecute you. You know that incident, once Swami Vivekananda, on his tour all over India, Padayatra, at one place, he was chased by a hefty monkey, big monkey, and he started running. One local person saw it. He said, "Stop, face the devil." So Vivekananda got the clue. He stopped. Monkey also stopped. So it had no courage to proceed further. So like that, if you run away from problem, you are bound to get more persecuted. Not that problem is not going to give you trouble, but you will get more trouble. Many times, something is to be done. And you are somehow not keen to do that, reluctant to do that. You go on postponing. The ideal condition to have hypertension, high blood pressure. That's why the office, etc. Some problematic thing is there. They keep the file like that, and they go on filing such files. See, you face it, get rid of that, mind is relaxed, no high blood pressure. You face it, solution will come. Otherwise, get the help of someone. Don't keep it pending. So therefore, even the world's this policy helps. Any problem, face that. Don't run away from that. You can't run away because it is going to chase you. So that is how. So they are mrityu. The samsara is characterized by death. Mrityu means they get moksha. They get liberated. They get freed from samsara. Read Bhasya.
अन्ये तु एषु विकल्पेषु अन्यतरेणापि एवं यथोक्तम् आत्मानम् अजानन्तः अन्येभ्यः आचार्येभ्यः श्रुत्वा इदम् एव चिन्तयतः इति उक्ताः इदम् एव चिन्तयत इति उक्ता उपासते श्रद्दधानाः सन्तः चिन्तयन्ति.
Annetu, to show the contrast from the earlier variety given in the earlier verse. What is that Annetu? Eshu, who are the people? Who are those people? Eshu vikalpeshu. Among these three alternatives, options given, dhyana, sankhya, karma yoga. Anya tarena api. Alternative is anya tamena api. By one of the three methods, any one of the three methods, api, evam, yathoktam, other api, ajananta takes statement, ajananta. Even by any one of the three being not able to know Atma, being not capable of knowing Atma. And what is that Atma? Evam. What is Evam? Yathoktam Atmanam. Atma that was described earlier. They are not able to know that Atma discovered here by any one of these means because they are incapable of that. What they do? Annebhya. From others. Who are the Annebhya? Acharyebhya. From other acharyas. Who is acharya? Swayam acharati shastrartham paran api acharayati. Those who themselves live strictly in accordance with the Shastras and also make others to live accordingly. And their Upadesha works because they themselves live up to that. Their words have got a weight because their life itself is a demonstration. So others get convinced about that. So such people, that means these are not ordinary, themselves have got Brahma Jnana, also thorough in the Shastra, and they have discovered that here is a person who is a mumukshu, but unfortunately, he doesn't have the qualifications required for any one of these three means. So studying his disposition, they give him a means. Acharya Shrutva. What Shrutva? They demonstrated. Idam eva chintayata. Look, don't bother anything. You please think of this. Some japa or something is given, like Aham Brahmasmi, etc. Soham, 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 Saha Aham. Saha means Ishvara. You are Ishvara. Like that. They got Shraddha. And they know his capacity also. So that Idam eva chintayata. Iti uktaha. So advised. By whom? Acharya. By Acharya, to whom they approach. What they do, upasate, takes to that practice or meditation or whatever it may be. How? Shraddha-dhana upasate. What is the meaning of upasate? Shraddha-dhana dhana santaha chintayanti. They constantly and consistently think of what they have been asked to do. They perform that. says even such people finally gain Atma Jnana. Continue with the Bhasya.
ते अपि च अतितरन्ति एव अतिक्रामन्ति एव मृत्युं मृत्युयुक्तं संसारम् इति एतत्.
They api. Even they, though not qualified for earlier three. Atitaranti eva. The meaning of Taraneva. Atitaranti eva from the verse. Atikramanti eva. Cross over. Get past. What? Mrutyam. Not literally death here. Mrutyur meaning is Mrutyuyuktam samsara. Samsara endowed with Mrityu. Just as let us say. Here is a glass of, let us say, some sweet drink, lassi. But it came to the notice that it has got a poison in it. You would say nothing, you say poison. There lassi, but poison there, you say enter poison. Like that. Samsara, wherein Mrityu is a prominent thing to give sorrow, entire samsara is called as Mrityu. Mrityu rupa samsara. Iti etat. This is what is meant. And who are these people? Shruti Parayanaha. What is Shruti Parayanaha is now explained. Continue Bhasya.
श्रुतिपरायणाः श्रुतिः श्रवणं परम अयनं गमनं मोक्षमार्गप्रवृत्तौ परम साधनं येषां ते श्रुतिपरायणाः केवल परोपदेशप्रमाणाः स्वयं विवेकरहिताः इति अभिप्रायः.
Shruti Parayanaha. This phrase can give a sense that Shruti means Vedas, those who have taken the Vedas as the highest pramana. No, that is not the meaning here in this context. What is Shruti here? They say it means these are not Mukhyadhikaris. Otherwise, Shruti Parayana can be taken as a Mukhyadhikari. No, these are not Mukhyadhikaris. Who are they? Here Shruti means Shravanam. Listening to what? That Acharya's Upadesh. Whatever that Acharya asked him to do. That Shruti, Shravana itself, seeing itself, this Shravana is different from Atmanatma Viveka. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. They are actually Atma Vichara is Shravana. Here, whatever Upadesha given is Shravana is called Shravana, means they hear that. That Shravana is Parayana, Shruti Parayana. What is Parayana here? Param, exalted. Ayanam is Gamanam. What is Gamanam here? Moksha Marga Pravruttau Param Sadhanam. The person who is engaged or pursuing the means or the path of liberation, for him, Param Sadhanam, according to his capacity, exalted means, Param Sadhanam. Ayanam. Ayanam can also mean Charitam, Ramayana. Ramasya Ayanam. If someone said, it can be called as Sitayanam also. Sitayam, the Charitra of Sita. Why? Because the Ramayana, just as Rama is the main character, Sita also is the main character of Ramayana. So Sitayanam, Ramayana. Here it is the sense. Ayana is Gamana, means Marga. What Marga? Moksha Marga Pravruttau. Those who are engaged in the pursuit of gaining moksha, Param sadhana, most effective according to their capacity. Sadhanam. See, a person who is very poor and he wants to go to Delhi. He asks someone how to go. I go to the airport and take a ticket and go the take flight. He is not able to get food properly. He has no money for that. How can he purchase a flight ticket? So like that, a means suited to his disposition is being given. Because that Acharya knows what is most apt for this person. So, Param Sadhana. Esha Gauri, the one for whom this is the best sadhana, they, such people are called Shuddhi Parayana. In short, what it means is, Kevala Paropadesha Pramana. Only the advice of others is the pramana, means shastra for them. Pramana means of knowledge. What? Kevala Paropadesha. Paropadesha is that Upadesha of those acharyas to whom they are approached, to whom he has approached. Or that acharya to whom he has approached. Paropadesha Pramana means themselves, himself is incapable of probing into the Shastra. He is not able to take to Shastra at all. But he has a Shraddha in some. Keval Paropadesha Pramana means that Pramana also means Shastra. Why so? The reason is given. Swayam Viveka Rahita iti Abhipraya. Such persons, Swayam, themselves are what? Viveka Rahita. Have no Viveka. What Viveka? Atma Anatma Viveka. They are incapable of taking to the discrimination between Atma and Anatma. It depends on the disposition. There are people, they are ready to do anything. Even if you ask them to lift a mountain, they will do. They try. But ask that person to sit at one place and inquire, it doesn't work. Other way also is there. They can take the inquiry, but they can't do many things. So that it depends on the individual disposition. Viveka Ityabhipraya. So therefore, now we say, if such persons can gain Atmajnana, what to speak of those persons who can inquire into the Shastras and take to the proper means to gain the knowledge, they will also certainly gain the knowledge. Like that, Punya. Punya can be gained in many ways. Shastras give many ways of that. Other ways also are there. You know that it's only a joke, not a true. It seems one Kathakar, Ramayana Kathakar, very sincere person, very dharmic person, and he used to do the kathas not for earning, as a devotion, as an offering to Bhagwan Ramachandra. From place to place, he was conducting Ramayana kathas. Highly evolved person. And this is only somebody's concocted story, okay? And in course of time, he died and he went to heaven. He found that his neighbor, who was a taxi driver, most crooked person, rough person, quarrelsome person, angry person, never he has done anything good in life at all. And he was in heaven. This person got puzzled. How come? I have come to heaven because of my such things that are Ramayana Katha, Punya have come. But this person has not done anything good at all. How he can come? How is it possible? What made him eligible? So one day, he found an opportunity to ask Indra. He said, Indra, what is this? This is injustice. I know this person very well. He was my neighbor only. How come he can come? Indra said, look, you earned punya because of your kathas, etc. And devotion, legitimately. Do you know how he earned the punya? He was a reckless driver. And he was driving in such a way, the passengers used to pray, oh Rama, please save me, please save me. So he induced the people to think of Rama that way. Though he doesn't know that he is inducing them, he got the punya. So like that, there may be many ways of earning punya. Here, it is not many ways that way, but many steps. Finally, they lead to what? Dhyana only. Atma Jnana only. But depending on the present disposition, a means at their level is given, and they have total Shraddha in the person who gives that Upadesha. If that is the case, if such persons, Shruti Parayana, themselves incapable of taking to Shastra Vichara, can gain the Arjuna, I did not tell you, the other three varieties certainly gain it. That is what Bhashyakara clarifies. Continue.
किमु वक्तव्यं प्रमाणं प्रति स्वतन्त्राः विवेकिनः मृत्युम् अतितरन्ति इति अभिप्रायः.
That api, what Bhagavan means is a api. What is in the mind of Bhagavan is this. Pramanam prati swatantraha vivekinaha mrutyum atitaranti ad iti kimu vaktavyam iti abhiprayah. This is what Bhagavan means. He hints. Who are these people? Who are they? Who are they people? Those people? Pramanam prati swatantraha. Pramana here is Shastra. Swatantra means Shastrartha parijnana kshamaha. Those who are capable of ascertaining what exactly the Shastra means. Shastra. And why? Vedanta Shastra. Vedanta is a pramana. Vedanto nama Upanishad pramana. Vedanta is a pramana, the means of knowledge in the form of Upanishad Shastras. And these are the people, of course, with the help of the Guru, they are able to ascertain what the Shastra, the pramana has to say. These people get knowledge, did not tell separately. If those people get this also, say, Swatantraha Vivekinaha, who are capable of taking to Atma, Anatma, Viveka, discrimination between Atma and Anatma. They Mrutyum Atitarantiti, they cross over the Mrityiti. Kimu Vaktavyam, what is the need of telling? Certainly you need not tell separate. Like this, no? A person who can lift 200 kg weight, you need not tell separate that he will lift 25 kg weight. Natural, understood, like that. Iti abhipraya. This is what the opinion of Bhagavan Krishna. I have told many times in this context. There was a great Mahatma from Ratnagiri. I forgot that name. His name was Vasudevananda Saraswati, popularly known as Tembe Swami. Tebbe Swami. So he has told, he was a very, basically he was a Dattopasaka. He was a Jnani, he used to teach Upanishad Bhashyas also to selected people. So he has said at one place, Japa of whatever deities you want this. If taken to, this practice Japa taken to in terms of what? Crores. And how? Not with Anushthan, that means what? With the ritualistic, no. Walking, talking, sleeping, only Japa, 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 Japa. You did not count also. So if it is done that way, as it crosses by one by crores and crores and crores, with every crore in the horoscope, the 12 sthanas are there placed. Each sthana gets on getting purified. With 12 crores, the 12 sthanas get purified. And of course, depends on the performance, etc. The person can get sakshatkara of that deity. Means deity revealing itself in front of him. And once that he gets, Atma Jnana is what? Guaranteed. But he says, Daivata Sakshatkara is important. Then only it works. Now see, simple. What is it? Nama Japa. But taken so intense. Samar Ramdas was the example for that. See Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Om. He did it, and Rama gave darshan. And Ramdas extracted a boon also. You gave me darshan, but you should give others also who do it like this. And it was granted. So like that. So that means after it is the Ishvara's job to take care of him. Yoga Kshema, this is Yoga Kshema. What he needs to gain Atma Dhyana, Ishvara provide that. But he started with the mantra. This is what that Tebbe Swami, his samadhi is on Narmada bank. I forget that name. It is a place of Ranga Avdut, Nareshwar. Ranga Avdut was a great Tebbe Swami, Swami Vasudhananda Giri Saraswati is the guru of Ranga Avdut, the famous saint from Gujarat. He is Maharashtrian, but he was from Gujarat. So he was a guru, and so it was but the Shruti Parayana. But it should be done properly, not that one just 100 and 1,000, not 1 lakh, no, crores it should go. As well, therefore, if nothing, if Bhagavad Gita goes over the head, take a name of Parameshwara in the form you like. Ishta. You have got, that means, some affinity for that name and form. And go on doing japa, just take the name of it. Afterwards, if you are sincere and vairagya must be there, okay, don't think that vairagya can be dispensed with. Vairagya must be there. Mumukshutva must be staunch. But you are not able to take all these things, etc. Just take the name of the Lord, that Bhagavan will guide in course of time. This is what Bhagavan himself says, not I'm not telling it, Bhagavan says. And especially in Kali Yuga, Bhagavan's name has that capacity. Because in Kali Yuga, many stringent or very hard practices cannot be taken. Everything is centered on stomach, hunger. In earlier yugas, hunger was not, that means they could be without the food for a long time. Nowadays, even the breakfast is not available, this fellow is half dead. Not that. So therefore, In Kali Yuga, severe practices of the tapas, etc., cannot be taken to. So that's why, actually, in the 4 yugas, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is the worst in terms of adharma, because rampant adharma. But on the other side, in terms of easy practice of sadhana, Kali Yuga is the best one, because Nama Japa itself can do miracles. It can play wonders. It is not possible in other thing, other yugas. So that is it. And if you are capable of taking to Shastra Vichara, not mere Shastra Vichara, but take to the practice, Achara, put in practice, live up to that. What to speak of? You are bound to get the Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. That's why I say, such study of Bhagavad Gita, don't take lightly. The great sadhana, the Shastra Vichara. And if you can really take to it and live up to that, the great sadhana, don't undermine it. Okay? We all cannot take to. Earlier, Bhagavan has said, we'll see in detail, the knowledge of distinction between Kshetra and Kshetrajna is a means of gaining moksha. Because Kshetrajna is me, Ishvara only. And Yajnatva Amrutam Ashute. Having known whom, liberation is gained. The question comes, how come? How the knowledge of distinction between Kshetra and Kshetrajna can give liberation? Bhagavan is going to answer this and clarifying how it is possible. We'll see it. Om.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ